Good day, everybody. Hope you're doing well. We're here in Springfield, Missouri with, looks like Talia and Nick on the ramp here. And we're going to be doing the next leg in our Route 66 tour. We're heading not too far, heading west over to Joplin, Missouri. I think that's at the border, Missouri border. But we should see a few sights, and we're going to keep following Route 66 as we head off to the west. So let's hop on board and we'll get the airplane started up. Alright, so first of all, let's get rid of that. And I'm going to check the fuel this time. I've been having little problems with it kind of resetting down to a very low amount. Not sure why, but it's okay. We'll get the battery on. Get the first of the avionics up and going. We'll throw on the beacon and the nav lights. Get the mixture in. Prime the system with the fuel pump. Kill the warning. Fuel pump off, crack the throttle, and we're good to start. Alright. Engine's running. We'll bring the RPMs up to about 1,000. Let the engine warm up. There we go, somewhere about there. We'll throw on the second set of avionics and we'll get set up. We are not running live weather today. It's very overcast and rainy, and not really very nice to look out and see what's going on. So we'll set up the wind option and we'll go back, and we're VFR and alt, and that is set. We'll bring that up. There we go. That's pretty basic. So we'll do a quick flight plan while we sit here. Let's get rid of that and warm up the engine. So we're going to be flying from here at Springfield, KSGF. Let's zoom in there. KS Golf Foxtrot, and we're heading over to Kilo, obviously, since we're in the States. Kilo Juliet Lima November. Juliet Lima November, Joplin, Missouri. There we go. So that is now in. So that gives us a bit of a rough guideline over there for us to follow. So we're all doing, hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday. We've got a bit of a storm hit us here in southern Ontario. Ice storm, ice pellets, cold weather, kind of banding coming through on and off. So looks like we got a few days of that coming, and then that should hopefully be it for winter as we head into April next week. Alright, well, we're up and running. We're here at, as I mentioned, Springfield Airport, and given that the winds are about light at 270, we're going to taxi down to runway 32. But actually what we're going to do is we're going to taxi back to the Uniform taxiway. We'll do an intersection takeoff from Uniform. More than enough room for us at that point. So we'll be good to go. I'm then going to make a right-hand turnout so that we can see the ground. And we're going to overfly the town of Springfield again. So we're going to set ourselves up for a initial altitude of 2,500 feet, which will just put us over 1,000 feet above the ground, which I think is a pretty good point, and if I take a quick look at the chart for Joplin, airport elevation is just under 1,000 feet, so that should be good for the entire flight. Alright, so I think we're ready to go. I can see, looks like Nick's ready to go, and I can hear Talia's up and running. So we'll bring the power back, off on the brakes, and we're going to do a very quick left turn here. Spin her around. And head down to taxiway uniform. Talia's flying that beautiful Topa Sky livery for the Cessna Caravan. Some nice interesting things. This Springfield, Missouri was right on Route 66, so there's a lot of places within if you get out the guides and you can find things to go to. One that would interest me is the Route 66 Classic Car Museum. I've seen some photos of it in the past. A lot of interesting things in the layout, and historic cars from the period, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. They look like it would be a fun place to spend the day. Obviously, when you come through, you can stop there and check it out. Neat thing about doing this series of flights is it's allowing me to find places that if I do ever go and ride it on the bike, it will give me ideas of where to go. Alright, so we're gonna go landing lights, strobe lights on, flaps to 10 degrees or first notch down, and we're gonna make the right turn here, and we'll line up on runway 32. Again, we're gonna have a bit of a left crosswind, but that's fine. It's all good. Yeah, it looks like it was. I saw a few photos, and I've seen it before in guides and stuff. I do love the old cars, some of the styling and stuff. Similar to the old planes. They all linked into that similar sort of what would you call it, design ethic that was going around in the 50s and 60s and stuff. Before things got drab in the 70s. There we go. And once again, before we take off, if you're looking at joining us on any of these flights, my streams are community flights. They are open to everybody, be they VATSIM or multiplayer, and you can come along and enjoy the fun. I'll get the Discord link from the bot if he's decided to be awake today. And I'll throw it up in the Twitch chat as well, so it's there. And you're more than welcome to come along and join in the fun. Has all the information for all the series that we do. There we go. And I'll just copy that over into the Twitch chat. There it is. And we are good to go. I know I can hear Talia. I can hear that turbine anywhere. Oh, there's Nick back there. Alright, so we're going to take off. Again, we're going to do a left-hand turnout. And we'll take a look at the city of Springfield before we leave it. Hey, Dark. How are you? Hope everything is well. Alright, so brakes off. Engine power coming up to full for takeoff. Really? Well, that's YouTube for you. It's 55 knots, easing in a little bit of back pressure. And off we go. Get a nose up as we climb out. And we got a slight push coming from that crosswind. Well, we are going to be circling around dark if you want to load up over Springfield for a couple minutes. Alright, there's 400 feet above the ground. Flaps coming in. Trimming now for a nice climb. We'll put the autopilot on. We'll go up at about 400 or 500 feet per minute. And we'll make a turn to the north, so we can get ourselves a look at the town. We'll just carry right over to the east. 90 degrees. So I'm going to look to see if I can find that museum. So I'm going to head this way a little bit to Missouri Road 13. And then we're going to head south on 13. And we should fly right by the museum. Oh, there's a little terrain texture glitching. It's been a while since I've seen that, but that's photogrammetry errors from what I remember last time we ran into it. Let's turn a little bit kind of southeastward. So I know roughly where the museum should be. Oh, do you? Okay. Well, this is a shorter one, Dark, so we might be done by the time you get through your update, but we'll see. Alright, so we're pretty much leveled off now, so I'm going to bring the power right back to about 2350 or 2300 or so. There we go. So there's Missouri Route 13. We're going to turn southward. And we're going to follow this down. First major road we're going to come up to is the I-44. That's the one we followed into Missouri, into, Springfield. And that's it below there. Again, we're going to follow this southwards. There's downtown Springfield coming up. Now it's the sure what that was. We got the IHOP and Walmart Supercenter and the Hobby Lobby right there. So Dickerson Zoo is over here in the heavily treed area. There's the rail yards. As we continue southwards, let's not zoom in too much. So there's Route 44, Interstate 44. And the car museum is somewhere around here. It might be in this building here, set of buildings. In fact, I think it is. I think that's the car museum, right in there. One of these. That's pretty cool. And there's downtown. It's a pretty flat area, as you can see. But we're going to head around now, back up to Interstate 44. Nice power lines down there. Head northwards, pick up the interstate again, and that's going to be our Route 66 out of here. There's our shadow down there, very nice. It's interesting, I've got two different maps up and running, and I'm seeing two different roads. Oh no, that's correct. Never mind. One was a state highway, the other's the interstate. A very nicely treed city, Springfield is. And once again, there's the huge rail yard here in Springfield. Sorry, just going to reset my maps a little bit so it's easier for me to still see the chat as I'm looking at where we are and what we're doing. Alright, so there's Interstate 44 coming up, and of course the old Route 66 ran through the top of Springfield here. So I'm going to begin a turn to the left, to the west, and resume following the old route. Of course, there's the airport we just left coming into view. We have the Humane Society of Springfield right there. And if you're looking for a place to stay, right there is the Courtyard by Marriott, Springfield Airport. So there we go. Goodbye to Missouri, or Springfield, Missouri, anyway. There's the airport. Looking a little better at this distance. And we're going to head down following along. "55 miles, direct distance to Springfield, or from Springfield to Joplin, sorry. Again, we're in that very flat ground of the Midwest. Entering into the plains area. Flying J Travel Center. Right here, and then the interstate turns and heads out to the endless horizon. Down coming up here. I'm not sure where it would be. It says there's a campground somewhere down here. Oh, we might have just... No, I'm not really seeing where it would be. It's back... it says it's over here. Like there's a campground. Oh, it looks like an airplane sitting there. It says there's a campground here, but not seeing it. Pretty much just have open ground now. A few interchanges. This is Highway 360. Kind of like ends here at the interstate and then heads, at least in the short term, southeastwards. Hey, Kiki. Yeah, this is our 172, our little general aviation stream where we get down low and slow and tour the world. So right now we're just doing, as the description said, Route 66 in the U.S. So lets us see the sim a little bit differently than when we're at 30 whatever thousand feet in the airliners. Also lets us see how well they've modeled stuff, so we can pick out buildings and points of interest as we fly along, looking at different maps and stuff. kind of doing a combination of using the aircraft's nav system and watching actual maps and that, like in the old days of navigating. Let's see if they've got this in here. We should see a creek coming up. Let's see if we can spot it. It's Pickerel Creek. Could be it there. Or there. Not sure. I think the resolution's too small. It's a fairly small piece of water. But I do see the next landmark coming up in our kind of VFR navigation here. And that's right here. That is the Hood's Truck Center. Hi, Kevin. Oh, you just got in? Ah, how was your day? Interesting, this road here that runs north-south past Hood's Truck Center is labeled as Road PP. I'm not sure. It's like, I guess, concession roads like we have up here. It's just PP. It's not numbered. See a couple others labeled like F and Z and O and TT, so it seems to be the way they label their concession roads. Oh, you had it warm? Good, yeah. It's been cold and we've had some sleet and ice pellets and stuff here today, so went out and did a bit of shopping, but it was alright. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll say that. So coming up for a little bit of a split here in the highway. Route 66 kind of heads to the south, and there's another road that continues to the west, go away. And then we've got the little, well, the town, the village of Halltown is right here. And I'm starting to see a lot of greenery down here. And this big place here is Meadows Interstate 44 Truck and Auto Parts. But we're going to make a slight left turn, and we're going to keep following the interstate, which has been overlaid over where the old Route 66 used to go. Yeah, we did last week on Thursday. So a week ago today we had a snowstorm. Then on Thursday it was 16 and very nice. And now we're having ice. We get this type of fluctuating weather at the end of winter before we head into spring. So it's it can be a bit of a pain being so variable from day to day. But at least you know it's the end of winter. So that's good. Alright, so here's the interstate, and again we're just going to follow this along as it would have been the original. I don't know if it would have been a 2-lane road. I'm assuming so. A little bit more undulation in the terrain around this little section anyway. A little bit more water. Here we have the Turnback Creek we're just going over now. "30 centimeters, wow. But they are a lot further north than us, so a little bit understandable. Roads are looking a little funny down there. Weird little community in here. Trying to keep an eye on where we are. There's a rest stop. $6 tomorrow. Yeah, that's that varying temperature. See a little town coming up. And actually, it's interesting. It's got a common name because I know of at least well, 2 others. One with the same name and one with half of it. So I'm assuming it's a popular name, although I'm not exactly sure what it refers to. This is Highway 174. And located right here with the orange roofs is the Mount Vernon Animal Hospital. We'll fly over and say hi to them for the good work they do. Right here off the interchange. So there's the Mount Vernon Animal Hospital, probably this building right here. Seems to be a work yard. But this is Mount Vernon coming up. So there's a famous Mount Vernon in Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. Used to be owned by George Washington. I think it was his wife's family, Martha's family. But we have a Vernon, BC. So I don't know where that name comes from and what it ties into. But again, there is Mount Vernon right ahead of us. Nice little community out here in western Missouri. Missouri, as it's, I think, locally pronounced. Not sure what this weird building is. It says 417 Athletics, but I got no idea what that means. Oh, sorry. No, maybe that's the Missouri Veterans Commission. I was looking one block over. Just turn to follow the road. Mount Vernon Hospital in London as well. Yeah, it's a common enough name. I don't know if it's named after a person or it's just a popular name that they've latched onto. This is Highway H. So again, one of these weird lettered roads. I'll just follow the interstate here. So we chug along again. No real terrain changes out this way. Pretty flat, and but I mean there are other cities around here. So we got a little airport coming up. It's shown on my map, but it's not listed as whose it is. Might be a private airport. Or it might be Mount Vernon's airport. Not sure. But Google Maps doesn't have a name on it. Seems a fairly decent size for a small town. And we're back following the road. Now, just reach into the back. Mount Vernon Municipal, okay. Google Maps wasn't showing it. I did have the little indicator on Navigraph, but showing the airport, so it's there. Coming up right here, I believe, is Dutchman's Furniture. So probably some of that nice country-built, hand-built, high-quality furniture. You know, if you're looking for something fun to do, I believe right here is Country Roads Family Fun Farm. All the fun things like probably have a corn maze and pig wrestling, and I don't know what else you do on a family fun farm, but there you have it. Pretty quiet at this part. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of farm country out this way. There are power lines going through. I'm assuming, given the ground and what we're looking at, it'd be a lot of like cattle and stuff along those lines. Again, you can see just right out to the horizon, there is pretty much not a bump in any direction. Just the wide open plains. So we are coming up to the town of Sarcoxy. You can start to see it coming in there. And right in about here is the Beagle Bay RV Haven and Campground. If you're looking for a place to put your RV, there you go. Little creek here running along. Put your RVs in here in the woods by the water. And there's Sarcoxy. Again, nice little town. Not a lot there. sure one of those small places that, you know, people grow up, like a lot of them. There's the high school, baseball diamond, and the mandatory high school football field. So you're getting close to our destination, because I'm starting to see the name Joplin spring up in some places, so we're getting close, though. What is this thing? 18 miles, roughly, to our destination. Yeah, a lot more trees out here than I thought there would be. Just in patches, anyway. Here we got coming up the Joplin Regional Stockyards. So Missouri would have been a big cattle place in the 1800s. Probably a lot of herds being brought up from the south to be sold up here. And probably get the rail lines into the north where all the meat would go. Yeah, so there's the stockyards there. You got Cola RV sales. Let's see what it looks like. And then so right here is Vegas Video and Temptation Spa. Yeah. Sounds enticing. There's all the RVs. This is, if you remember, I was saying that interstates that run east-west are basically even-numbered. Interstates that run north-south are odd-numbered. So we're following Interstate 44, which would have been the old Route 66. We're coming up to the junction with Interstate 49, which runs north-south. There's the big interchange right here. So when we get to the airport, we're going to be landing runway 31 and then taxiing to the south end of the airport down to the FBO and the general aviation parking area. and the airport's currently off in this direction. We're going to come in over south of Joplin and scoot up across the town and into the airport. There's the Interstate 49, and kind of comes together with Interstate 44 here. Some more RV sales and stuff around here. We're going to come in and follow the interstate to the south of the town, and then we're going to do a flyover of the town itself, kind of from south to north. Just get a nice look at it. And then we'll come in for a kind of a long base leg into runway 31. Oh, nice wide V formation. So yeah, we'll turn slightly to the left, follow the road down, and then we'll come up across the city, and the airport's up over in that direction there. Alright, well, I went too far with that. Not sure why it cranked it so far around. Let's get back to where we were. There we go. There's where we see the Interstate 49. Kind of head south again out of here. Yeah, we'll just follow it down. Seeing the southeastern part of Joplin now. Yeah, generally that's what you find. The interstates are bypassing the city, so you get the original route going through. We've seen that a lot with a lot of the small towns where the interstate goes around and the old road just kind of punches right through the town. A little Flying J truck stop underneath us again. Or actually it's a travel center according to the charts. And the Google Maps that I'm running. It's not too bad. You can actually pick out a lot of the stuff that's down there. Train tracks down below running into the town. That's the Sam's Club right there. This is our turn point, this intersection of Highway 86 and the interstate, and then that is the Mercy Hospital for Joplin. That's where we're going to turn, and we're going to follow this road up through the center of town and just get a nice look down onto Joplin, Missouri. There's the hospital. Interesting parking lot arrangement. We'll start to head north now. I want to make sure I don't kind of overshoot. Hello, Corinne. Welcome. Thanks for dropping in. Ooh, come on. Good control here. Thanks for dropping into the stream. Alright, so there's Joplin, Missouri laid out in front of us. It's another hospital. It's Freeman West Hospital. And there you've got your Joplin High School. Lots of antennas and poles and stuff over that way. The Ozarks Christian College coming up. That's this area up here. Again, very flat. Not a lot of large buildings here. It's when you've got the space to expand, you don't need to build upwards. And again, we're heading up towards the airport. We'll be landing on runway 31. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down now. Since the airport altitude is 900 feet, we want to be around 2,000. So we'll jump back inside. We're going to drop down to 2,000 feet. Let's get that dialed in. We'll set a vertical speed down of about, oop, no, that's up, I went down, of about 500. Go full on the mixture. There's the airport ahead, it's right there. Oh, very nice. New liveries are always fun. It's nice to get the airports as well. Alright, so everything's set. Landing lights are all on. Mixer's full up. We have the power, have the airport in sight. We're descending down. We're going to descend down even faster in a second. Coming off on the autopilot. Pulling the power. We're going to turn this into our base leg. as we come in for the airport. See the end of the runway. There we go. It'll be a short final as we come in and keep the speed sort of coming back. So we get her back to 65 knots. First notch of flaps. And there's the airport grounds coming in. Second notch of flaps. There's the runway. Turn in, try to keep that speed around 65. I got the rabbit, and there's the runway. So we're going to do a bit of a curving base to final, and then we'll get her down. I'm going to try to get off at taxiway Delta, so we just taxi straight down to the FBO. All right, 500 feet, that's not bad. Is that, Connie, is that South, or, sorry, Corinne, is that South American? I'm trying to see, I don't really remember it. Alright, so we'll come back on the power all the way, nose up to get the speed bleeding off. There's 65, so we can get it down to 60. Oh, there we go. And we're passing Delta. Actually, no, we're not passing Delta. The taxiway is not even on my charts. Here's Delta here. Oh, this is saying Alpha. It's very confusing. All right, we are off the runway. We're gonna head down. Oh, it's in the US. Interesting. Huh. What I'm seeing on the ground is not matching what my chart shows me, which is rather interesting. Like, this turn is not on my chart, but it is what it is. I do like how we've got like 3 windsocks within 100 feet of each other right there. Hello, Talia. Nice to see you. I'm not going to bother with the ramp, guys. We'll go in on Bravo and park away from them so they don't bother us. And here we are. All right, we'll just come straight in and park up. All right. We are here. So mixture comes in, throttle's all the way, lights are all off. Ignition's off, avionics are off, master is off. Welcome to Joplin, Missouri. Here comes Nick. Looks like Nick's got some scenery. Forgot to go look, have to do that. But this was leg 5 of our Route 66 tour. Next time we're leaving the state of Missouri, heading off, I think, to Oklahoma. So I hope you'll join us. If you want to fly along with us, Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can come over to our Discord. Let me throw up the Discord link one final time. You can join us there. All the information about all the flights are available, and you can figure out when we're flying, what we're flying, whether it's multiplayer or VATSIM, and you can come and join in. Yeah, Arch NDA, we just landed in Joplin. That's the end of this leg for our tour. So there's the Discord link in chat there. I'll throw the link into Discord as well if you guys want to come in and join us there. But thank you very much for joining us for today's flight. Great time as always. It's a shame the weather was kind of crappy in real life, so we're on a preset for a few clouds. Hope to join you next week. We'll be carrying on from here, and we'll be heading off to the next location on our Route 66 tour. And it's always great to get low and slow and just see how beautiful Microsoft Flight Simulator can be indeed. So I just heard a ding over on Twitch. KLBO, yeah, we might have. We flew in from Springfield. And Arch NDA, thanks for the follow on Twitch. We flew in from Springfield, Missouri, basically following I-44 all the way down. So next week we carry on. Our next stream is on Friday. We are back in the Caribbean. And let me just throw it up there. Flying the Cessna Caravans as we come towards the end of our Caribbean tour. It's our penultimate leg, second last leg. And we hope to see you there. So schedule will pop up shortly in the chat, but I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.